Right, look, I know what you're thinking, and you're right, I am. But on top of that, you're probably thinking there can't be many fish in here, because otherwise I'd have posted hundreds of hours of me catching fish. But that, of course, is to ignore the fact that I lack competence in almost every aspect of angling. It's also quite early in the season, so it will be quite hard for even a decent angler to catch fish. And then when you stick on top of that the fact that for the last few weeks the wind has mostly been from the east or northeast, and we all know what that means. I paused there to let you say it or think it, so if you didn't say it or think it, rewind and do it now. Anyway, so that has made it quite hard to catch fish. So just in case any of you are thinking there aren't any trout in here, here's some footage of me fishing for roach in mid-January with bread flake, which is how we would fish for trout if we were barbarians, or sensible anglers, depending on your viewpoint. Instead of which we fish for them with bits of feather and other rubbish that falls off ducks and chickens, and tie them onto a hook, making it seem like trout are the wiliest and cleverest and most difficult to catch bastards out there, instead of amongst the stupidest fish to swim in any of our rivers. So here are some trout caught by accident. Enjoy. Now, I would just like to say for sure, and for the benefit of the camera, this is much harder than I'm making it look. In fact, I'm making it look really hard because it's really not hard, and I'm so out of practice. But actually, coarse fishing in the winter really isn't, well, on a river with a lot of flow. I mean, I don't want to whinge or anything, you know, I mean, look at me, look at where I am, look how lovely it is. But really, I think what I need is just very, very simple easiness. Right, okay, here we go. Let's just try. No, let's not do that. Let's do it the right way. That is exactly where I want it. And now let's watch the tip. Let's wait for that bite. Okay, it's not come yet. I think I'll probably give up. Time to go home. See, that's not a bite. It's just something. Weed, branch, pair of trousers, machine gun nest, solar eclipse, bad mood, something floating down the river. Alright, well, just missed my first bite, so time to use another terrifyingly huge chunk of flake, because that's the kind of crude swine that I am. Okay, very gently chuck this in. That's a bit further than I wanted to go, but it'll do. Let's see what happens this time. Oh, now that looked very much like a bite that I should have hit. What am I waiting for? Am I waiting for the fish to hook themselves? Yes. And all that bouncing around. It's probably a bite. I'm into something, but unfortunately it's a snag. God. No, there's a fish there. That is a fish. Probably a snag. Oh, that's quite a big fish. I suspect this is a trout. Because, yeah, that's a trout. It's quite a big trout as well. This will take a little bit of landing on this light gear. Okay. Oh, look at you. Let's just go in with that, on the other hand, worked. Right, that is quite a big trout. Quite a good looking fish. Let's have a look at you. Can't really tell. Nice fish anyway. That feels like another trout. Right. Yep, it's another trout, not as big as the last one. Or is it a grayling? No, it's a little trout. Oh, come on. That has got to be the most incompetent netting ever. Right, you have to lift it over the reeds and stuff, otherwise it doesn't actually go in the water. Definitely a stocky. Look at the fins. Look at that little wildie. How beautiful is that? Beautiful little fat wildie. First non-trout. There we go, look. Let's get him in the keep net. That is pretty much instant fish cast. And it's another... Oh, this one's another grayling. Beautifully manhandled out. About the same size as the last one. See that? Look, trembly, like a bite. Come on, that was me. That's a fish. This feels like a slightly better trout, or a grayling. Trout, I think, but obviously quite hard to tell at this stage. It's a trout, and not a bad one. So what I'll do is I will try and get this in without, and then try and get the fish upstream of it and do what you're supposed to do. There we go. Expertly netted. And that looks like another stocky to me. But I'll just continue to try and catch the other things now. Oh, it's not bad cast. So let's just see what happens this time. That's a fish. Let's see, get it in the right place, and there they are. That's another trout, I suspect. Wait, it's swimming upstream. I really want you on the surface. Or indeed down there. I think that's a grayling. It's a grayling, but it's hooked in the weirdly foul hooked baby grayling. So there's quite a big fat grayling compared to the other three. Basically there is a shoal of grayling there, and as soon as I get the swim feeder in the right place, they have it. Oh, that looked bitey. Yep, there's a fish. Okay, I'm going to call it now as a trout. Well, that was brown trout looking there. And it's a brown trout. Oh, yeah, very nice. There we go. And that, I think, is another little wildie. Can you see that? About 12 ounces. It's starting to feel a bit bitey. The last one was definitely bitey. That was bitey, that was bitey. There we go, that's a fish. Go on, be a roach. Definitely not a big one, probably a grayling. A little grayling. Or in fact, a dace. Or is it a chub? Now that looks convex, that's a dace, I think. What do you think? Get right in close. That looks like a dace, doesn't it? Chuck it in there. A little bit further than the other ones. Some of the other ones, some of them were exactly there. You definitely can't see that tip now, but I can. Fish. First chuck in with this slightly larger feeder. I think this is probably another dace or else a very small trout. Let's have a look. Or maybe a grayling. It's a dace. Quite a deep-bodied dace. Ah, can you see that? That's a dace. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back to posting fly fishing videos very soon, just as soon as the river finds down, because as you can see, it's the recent rain onto damp ground has got it up and coloured, which is not ideal. Still, within a month or so, the trout ought to have woken up, and with any luck, they'll be as easy to catch on fly as they are on bread. And I'll be able to post literally dozens of triumphal fish landing sequences, whether you want me to or not. It's just what you deserve. See you soon.